In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how you could have got this break and retest long trade, which resulted into a 3-hour trade within 6 minutes on the S&P 500 using Bookmap. Okay, so let's start off with the analysis of this trade. So as you can see, we had this resistance level right here from the pre-market. We had this resistance right here that got supported, but then by the end of the pre-market, it broke. Okay, so my first initial trade plan was to trade the retest of this level and look to short, okay, into next levels that I had marked out, such as this structure right here, we had this low right here. So that was my first plan, okay. But as you can see, especially on the 15-minute as well, that there was a lot of buying and they aggressively reclaimed back above this level. So as buyers quickly reclaimed above this level, then I was waiting for another retest downwards and then looking for ways to get long on the Bookmap. So let's go back to the 1 minute first. So as we have this market open right here, we see a lot of buying stepped in, huge, aggressive, bullish candles, okay, breaking the zone very aggressively. Obviously, I wouldn't be looking to sell immediately right here. I want to see some confirmations first, such as double tops or a high being set and then a lower high being set. So it just completely broke through it aggressively. And that for me was enough confirmation to look for longs. And then as you can see right here, we had this M1 double bottom in this level. It was a clean retest. And then obviously I decided to long using the Bookmap, which we'll get to right now. So the market is, just opened. Let me put it a little bit of speed. And as you can see, the market will just go down a little bit, as you saw on the candlestick chart. You can see the market is just dropping. Let's speed it up a little bit more. And then we will see a lot of heavy buying stepping in, okay? And as you see this heavy buying stepping in right here, and the market is rallying, we are waiting for the reclaim of our level, which was about the 53s, where this dotted line is. So as soon as the market broke above the 53s, I was waiting for a candlestick pattern and also a pattern on the Bookmap where I could find basically patterns to enter long. Okay, so you see the market is still rallying up. Now we just need to see a little bit of a pullback into this level. And as soon as we see a pullback into this level with weaker selling and aggressive buying, this is where we'll decide to get long. So let me just slow it down a little bit now, almost in real time. So here you can see it retested this range right here. Obviously there's just a line, but on the candlestick chart we had a range. And you can see there's already weaker selling at the bottom, okay? So now we are seeing weaker selling, a little bit of consolidation range, and also a push to the upside, okay, with some aggressive buying stepping in. So basically what I would do now, and this is what I did, is just basically taking a rectangle or a box and I draw this whole range, okay? And what I would like to see is price return to this range, and then same pattern as we saw in this consolidation range. I would like to see weaker selling and then followed by aggressive buying. So let's hit on play and see now when the market comes back. And this is real time, okay? So this is real time speed. I'm not speeding it up so you guys can follow along properly. So this is exactly what I wanted to see after the break, and then a retest, weaker selling, aggressive buying, and now all we need to do is just wait for price to return to this range and again see weaker selling and aggressive buying, and this is where we'll enter the market long. So it's getting into our range. Let me remove this horizontal ray. Okay, so we're nearing the range. Now we just need to see a little drop. Let's speed it up a little bit more. And there we go. It's coming down now into our range. And now we really need to see weaker selling. Okay. As you can see, there was some selling that got absorbed. See some aggressive buying already. See more selling. But then again, you see weaker selling. Okay, especially if you zoom out. Because sometimes, people who use Bookmap sometimes will be too zoomed in, and then there's a lot of bubbles that look big as big orders. So I like to zoom out quite a lot, many times, usually like 1 minute or 2 minute intervals in here. And here you can see at the bottom we have weaker selling. Now all we need to see is more aggressive buying, and here we can see the shift after this weaker selling. We can see aggressive buying, and this is a good area to go long. Obviously you could have
entered the market long here, which is also definitely a good confirmation. If your stop loss is right below these lows, right, your entry is around 54s, your stop loss is right here, maybe 5 points, 4 points, give it a little bit of room. That would be a good confirmation. And also now would be a good confirmation, which is pretty much the same area, maybe one tick lower that you could have entered instead of 54s at the 53.75s or 53.50s. Whatever, basically, both are good entries. Okay, so let's just hit play and speed it up a little bit as the market will just start flying from here. Okay, here again, you see weaker selling and then aggressive buying stepping in. There's also a good entry, and here the market decides to pump and react from this range. Okay, now in terms of targets, I wasn't going for a crazy target because we did have some resistance levels and supply levels on the chart marked. So what I would like to do is, if I know I enter with a 4-point stop loss, a 5-point stop loss, I usually look for 2.5, 3, 4 hour. This is my average. So if you look at the chart, we had these pre-market highs over here at the 68.75s or 69s. So this would have been a good target right here, these pre-market highs. But then the reason I target the 70s is because on the Bookmap, you can see on the 70s, we had a offer sitting. Okay, it was a pretty big offer, 9 contracts. So this was right above the pre-market highs. So I thought it was pretty logical just to squeeze, another 0.75 extra of gains targeting this offer, as obviously the market just reacts from offers and of bids. So this was right above the pre-market highs, and this is why I decided to look for that target and squeeze just a little bit more out of my trade. And you will see the difference actually in RR. It's not obviously a massive difference, but accumulating during many trades where you can squeeze an extra point or 2 or 3 points using the Bookmap, such as offers and bids as targets instead of just the candlestick charts, well, in the end, all those little extra gains do add up. Okay, so obviously here, enter at the 54, we're already break even, stop loss at break even. Now just waiting for this 70s level to get hit, which will get hit pretty soon. There we go, we're almost there, went to the 68s, and as you can see, price is nearing this offer right here at the 70s, and you can see the offers are even accumulating this bigger contract sizes, and there we go, the 70s got hit, and this is where I'm all out of my position. Okay, now obviously the market has been rallying pretty much non-stop, and you can see a lot of offers right here. So it's technically I could be saying, okay, I'm a little bit pissed off because I didn't make money in this whole big move up, but obviously I cannot predict what's going to happen, how big the move is going to be. So I just have my location where I want to enter, then I see the confirmation and I know where my target is going to be, where I'm going to be happy with my targets, with the RR achieved. And as you can see, the market just keeps on rallying and rallying and rallying and hitting these offers and just not reacting to any of these offers. You can see how many orders there are. It's just insane, but the market just rallied for an insane amount, insane rally. Okay, so I could be sitting here and being sad that I missed out on this whole move. As you can see, obviously there was a massive move of about almost 60 points, 55 points, but my trade was very logical. I had my plan and I followed my plan. Okay, so the location was good, confirmation was good, and the exit was good as well. Okay, because obviously this is an area pre-market highs that many times price just manipulates or sweeps these highs and then will react from it. Okay, so there's no point in being greedy. If I can catch a little over 3-hour trade in a matter of 6 minutes, what else do you want, right? It's a very short work day, basically, especially if the market that opens here at my local time at 3:30, pretty much done here at 3:47, so that's 17 minutes literally staring at the chart and done for the day. Okay, so the difference here with the pre-market highs and the offer that was at the 70s is basically that if I would have targeted just the pre-market highs, I would have had 2.95, and targeting the 70s, well, I had an extra 0.25 risk to reward extra. Okay, which obviously in the end, all those trades that I have a little bit extra, they add up. So this is why the Bookmap is so key for confirmations and also for targets. Okay, so anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little trade breakdown. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about Bookmap or how I mark my levels and stuff. I will definitely get back to you and help you out. So anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.